Ladies and gentlemen, Haley Boyle.
Stop, it sounds like you're faking it. Stop it. Oh, I'm very glad to be here, you guys. Look, you're wearing my shirt in the front row. I like that. Guys, I gotta tell you, when I am in the state of North Carolina, I wear the baby full time. Full time. Always wearing the baby, because this state is not a friendly place for a man-sized woman to wander around. It's not. I wear the baby so people know that I was born female, you know? Otherwise, it's just a bunch of hillbillies looking me up and down. Like, does that dude have a dick or a clit? What do you think he likes to be called? You know? Just so you know, I mean, I did birth this baby, so I do have a clit, in case you were curious. But if in your head you guessed dick, then you're still half right, y'all. It's a really big clit. It is. I could definitely penetrate a man with this thing, is what I'm telling you. Right? It wouldn't be easy. I'd have to give it the old thumb splint. I might be pushing the rope, but I get in there. Don't cough, baby. Hold still. Just, And my baby is a boy, guys. I had a little boy. And that means for the 9 months that I was pregnant, technically, I had 2 tiny penises. It's more than you, sir. Right? Everywhere I went, I had the most dicks in the room. Oh, I miss that. I do. I miss that. Oh, good. We're going for the mic. We're only 2 jokes in. 2 jokes in. I got him a special necklace to try and distract him. And he is chewing on it and still wants the microphone. I did good here, though, right? This is a cute baby. I made him myself. I was really glad when I found out I was having a boy. I wanted to have a boy. Because I don't want to have a daughter and internet in my home at the same time. You don't need it, right? It's too much pressure. Because I know when I was a kid, I was very ignorant when it came to my body. You know, everything I learned from the insert in my mom's tampon box, and I thought they went in my butt. So nothing, right? Nothing. I was safe because I was ignorant. And thank God, because I think of myself as a child, and if I had known I had an indoors down here, man, I would have been just full of candy and pennies all the time. Legos, Matchbox cars. Anything I didn't want to share with my brothers would have gone right up my secret pocket. I probably would have been that weird kid on the lunch line at school trying to shake my cake change out. Just, I need another nickel. Just one more nickel. I gotta say, I know that having a daughter could be really stressful, but I think the thing you gotta watch out for when you have a son is you just have to assume that everything you own has had a dick on it, right? Because that's what boys do when you're not around. They're humping your couch pillows. They are touching their dick to the cabinet handles to see if it's cold. Ooh. You know, and I can't even blame them. If I had a dick, I'd be a menace. I would. This whole front row would have a dick-shaped bruise on their face right now. I'd be going into fancy restaurants, putting it on people's napkins, waiting for them to touch it when they reach for their fork. Ah, gotcha! You touched it. It's yours now. Ha ha. Oh, I gotta tell you, it's very distracting trying to do stand-up while a baby's pulling at your microphone. This is what it's like doing everything as a mother, though. I'm a single mom, and everything I do, the baby's touching me. He sits on my lap while I go potty, because otherwise he screams, and when he screams, my butt goes on lockdown. Like, seriously, people are like, it's fine, just let him cry for a minute. I'm like, I literally cannot squeeze anything through that asshole if he is crying. Like, it's not happening. Now he wants to nurse. Cool. I'm gonna give him a titty, guys. Nobody freak out. There we go. Now he's a happy baby. Like, the grown-ups are clapping, the young couple up front are like, this is bullshit. I did not come here for this shit. Like, this is a middle-aged woman titty. How is he supposed to get a boner later? He'll be fine. Men are disgusting. God, you can show them your butt crack or anybody's butt crack and they're happy. I don't know where I'm going with this, sir, but it's awkward for me too, okay? It is. Breastfeeding in public is awkward. I didn't think I was going to be awkward about it. I thought I was going to be one of those badass hippie mamas that was just whipping my titty out at Starbucks, you know, staring down teenagers like, make it awkward, I fucking dare you. Not the case. I think maybe if I had little titties, I'd be braver about it, but I feel like my titties have their own personalities. Like I whoop one out and it just goes where it wants to go, and I'm like, excuse her, I'm sorry. She can't trust her. Right? He likes to play with them. He likes to squeeze them and look at me in the eye like, you like that shit? No! Ugh. The other day I had him in the bathtub and I was cleaning his penis and he reached up and held my hair back. It wasn't awkward at all. Oh. There's a lady up here in the front who's just biting her whole hand. She had all her fingertips in her mouth. She was like, oh God. It's horrible. I can't even imagine what my boob must look like from your angle. Do you have children, ma'am? How old are you? 28. Oh, that is sweet. Are you ever gonna have kids? There's probably not. She's like, no, I'm gonna keep my vagina in original condition, you stupid bitch. You blew yours out, idiot. I'm doing Kegels right now. I can break a man's arm with this thing. There's things that they don't tell you about having children. They don't tell you that someday, statistically speaking, your baby is gonna poop while you're changing him. And that sounds gross, I know, but you don't know. There's layers of that panic, right? Because first you see the poop, but then you instinctually, involuntarily attempt to catch it with your own bare hand. The fuck kind of instinct is that? Quick, hold it in. What? No. God, it's a dressing table. Your hormones get all crazy. I have a full beard now. It's not even like a good beard. Like I can't sit and stroke it or anything. You can only see it in just the right light. I got a hair growing out of one of my nipples. I don't know what the fuck that's about. Just one. One lonesome hair. That's coming. That's your future, whether you have kids or not. She's like, no, it's not. You're gross. No, fuck you. It's happening. It's called time and you can't stop it. It's happening. Does this look crazy with the titty out? Because I feel like my boob is boob white. You know what I mean? Like I'm already a pale white chick. But the boob's never seen the light of day. I've never been a bikini wearer, you know? I'm a t-shirt over my bathing suit kind of gal, so is it just glowing surreally? Like, this lady's like, yup. It's fucking with me real bad. Look, this is a comedy experiment, ma'am. Okay, so look, this is what happens when you're a fucking single mom. Here's the deal, guys. I didn't think I even wanted to be a mom. I didn't think that was gonna be my jam. People used to ask me, they'd be like, when are you gonna have a baby? You better hurry up, your eggs are gonna go bad. When are you gonna do it? And I was like, probably never. I don't even like to poop. I sweat when I gotta push. I'm not an athlete. And then I found out I wanted to have a baby because I got pregnant by accident. I know, and I ended up having a miscarriage. Don't be sad though. The dude who knocked me up was a redhead. Yeah, I dodged a bullet there. Ugh. You ever seen a ginger with their top off? You can see everything. Like, is that your esophagus, sir? Fuck. Like a human jellyfish. You just want to poke them with a stick and be like, get back in the sea, you creature. God. Ugh. Those redheaded men anyway. Men love redheaded women. They say it's because they have such pink pussies. And I'm like, they don't have pinker pussies. They have high contrast. All white ladies have pink pussies. If you find a white lady with a purple pussy, throw her away. She's gone bad. You have to be very careful eating seafood at room temperature, y'all. You gotta be careful. Right, so now here's me, single, in my late 30s, wanting to have a baby. And everyone's like, well, what are you gonna do? You gonna go to the sperm bank? Absolutely not. Go to the sperm bank? You think I'm gonna buy sperm? Do I buy bottled water? No, it's free on tap. You have to be a fool to buy sperm. Bring me a blacklight. I'm sure there's some on this microphone right now. There's sperm everywhere you go. Oh, plus who wants one of those sperm bank freaks for a dad anyway? People are like, no, they've got good ones. You can go through the catalog. They went to Harvard. Yeah, he went to Harvard and now he jerks off over a hot plate every night to get his ramen money. Like, no. I don't need that guy to be the father. Hello, how are you? I'm nursing the baby on stage, don't freak out. My titties glow. I don't know if you guys have any white friends, but this is normal for us. This is just regular old white people shit. We are the worst. We are, aren't we? Like, oh my goodness, I gotta tell you, my parents were so happy when they found out I was having a mixed baby. They were so excited, because my parents are very liberal, but they live in an all-white area. So they were just so excited they were going to have a black relative. Right? Seriously, my mom was just going up to black folks in the grocery store like, welcome. So glad you could make it. It's like, stop touching strangers, mother. She was out of control. She started trying to learn stuff about black culture. You know, like my mom started trying to learn stuff about black people, and she started coming to me like I was the authority. She was like, so I saw this gentleman of color, and he had very straight hair, and I was wondering, is that a treatment they do? I don't know, I'm still white. What the hell? You think this man downloaded black culture into me with his dick? This is not the Matrix. It's not like I had sex with him and woke up the next morning like, oh, okay, that's who Felicia is. I get you now. Guys, the man who ended up fathering my child is 10 years younger than I am. I cougared the shit out of that guy. I did. He's all young and sexy, a musician and all this. And the night I met him, I told him I wanted to have a baby. And later on, he said that wasn't true. He's like, no, you didn't tell me the night you met you. And I was like, bitch, I've been going up to strangers like, sir, do you hate condoms like I hate condoms? Do I have an offer for you? And I don't normally hook up with younger men because they are terrible in bed. They just are. Men under 30, like, I'm looking at your little baby face. And he's like, no, I got the moves. No, you don't. They always think they do, right? They've got enthusiasm, I'll give them that. And the young men are always like, don't worry, babe, I can do that again in 5 minutes. I'm like, never do that again. It was a terrible thing you did, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Ugh. I will admit, though, I did once bring home a 19-year-old. I know. I found him in a hot tub, finders keepers. I'll be honest, the only reason I took him home is because when we were in the hot tub, he told me he had never been blown. And I thought, this is an opportunity. Right? Because even if I give him the worst blowjob in the world, I'm still going to own this kid. He'll be my minion. I can be like, go forth and bring back Mike and Ike's. Stack time in my kingdom. I love snacks, ma'am. I know skinny bitches don't understand that. Skinny bitches are like, oh my God, snacks. Oh my God. It's normal fat people shit, ma'am. Before we left the house today, I had my friend stuff a bag full of Rice Krispie treats and fruit snacks. Because you know what happens when I get hungry? I eat skinny bitches. And not in a nice way. Not like you try to do, sir. I'm sure you make your best effort. God, is there anything more tiring than trying to be polite when you're getting bad head? Oh, you forget to make noise, and then they look at you and you're like, oh shit, this is still happening, right? Get back into it. Give me a minute. Just gotta shake it off. Yeah, I wouldn't have normally hooked up with a younger man, but I will say that as young as he was, my son's father was pretty damn good in bed. Like, okay, here's the thing, guys, and I know, because I've been a whore for years, right? Like, I've been with literally hundreds of men, and in all that time, I've only ever said a handful of things in bed. You know, like, don't stop, ow, my hair, like, just regular shit. First time I had sex with my son's father, right in the middle of it, and without any control or forethought, I just shouted, "That dicto!" I don't even know what that means. It was like he gave me Dick Tourette's. I was like, "I love you, sorry." It's a terrible thing to say. Oh my God, he's falling asleep on this boob right now. It's so sweet. He's got a mouthful of teeth now, though. That's less sweet. He's only 9 months old, and he's got a mouthful of teeth. I'm trying to nurse him till he makes it to a year. You know what the craziest part is I used to enjoy a bit of nipple biting, you know? I used to like a little rough. Now I've got fucking PTSD. As soon as he gets his mouth near me, I'm like, snapping all the time. Okay, seriously, I have like a sixth sense for when he's waking up, and it freaks my mom out. I think she thinks she's going deaf. Because I'll like jump up from the table and be like, "Baby's awake." She's like, "What? No, what? How? What? How?" She can't, he hasn't cried yet. I just fucking know. My ovaries call out to him, sir. His brothers in my ovaries. So we finally got pregnant, and then he left me. Yeah, he took off. And let me tell you what, that pissed me right off. You do not break up with me when I am pregnant, okay? Because I can't do any of my breakup shit when I am pregnant, right? I can't get drunk, can't get arrested, can't get laid, like, I mean, I could get laid. Men are disgusting, everyone can get laid, but can you imagine the logistics of that? Where do you have sex with a stranger who wants to lick a pregnant lady's asshole? Right? You can't take him to your home. It's not safe to go to the murder palace he clearly lives in. Not about to shell out for a hotel room I'm only going to use for 20 minutes, right? Not hosting a slumber party here. What's after a murder palace? We're going to have to edit literally every single joke. This is what happens when you have a child. Like, the first thing that goes is memory power. Like, I've been losing the words for stuff. I'm like, pointy thing, mouth food. That's a fork. I fucking know what it is. Just give it to me. I don't have time for this shit. I haven't been able to poop in 3 days. Come on. So here's the thing, guys. I wasn't about to go through an entire pregnancy without experiencing pregnancy sex because I heard it was amazing. So I called up an ex. And I boned him. I did. I had him come over. Turns out he's a flat earther now. Yeah, but he brought ice cream, so whatever. It's fine. Did him anyway. And it turns out pregnancy sex is amazing. It's almost too good. Like, I thought I was going to die. I was like, "Stop, you got to stop. Because I thought I was going to die. Like, it felt too good, sir. And can you imagine the chatter at the funeral? Oh my God. It's so sad. Haley's dead. What happened? She was stabbed. Oh no. By a dick. What? Is he here? Get his number. So as we said, guys, my son's father is black, obviously. And if you want to figure out which one of your friends are racist, get left by your black boyfriend while you're pregnant. That brings him right out of the woodwork. They're not even in the DMs, just commenting on my wall and shit on Facebook. "Hey, heard what happened. Let me know if you need anything. P.S. That's what happens with those people." If I need anything, I'm gonna need you to be less racist. What the fuck, man? Like, my son is black. What does the matter with you? It's so weird. It's very weird being a white woman with a half-black child. Because I think I'm a little defensive, quite honestly. Like 2 or 3 times now, someone has come up to me in public and been like, "Your son has the most beautiful skin." He's a baby. That's how you compliment adults. Your skin is as soft as a baby. What the hell are you talking about? Your child has beautiful skin. I'm like, either you're being racist or you're about to make him into a lampshade. Get out of my face. Guys, I tried internet dating after my baby daddy left. I learned a lot about myself. I found out that I have a little bit of racism in my heart. I know. I'm not happy about it either, guys. Here's how I found out. I was scrolling through pictures on OkCupid. I'm old. Scrolling through pictures on OkCupid, and there was a picture of a black guy, and next to it, it said likes children. But I read it fast, and I thought it said likes chicken, and in my head, I was like, duh. That's racism. Internet dating is such a waste of time, though. Like, men are so out of their minds. I had a guy message me, and he was like, hey, you're pretty cute. You're not too crazy, are you? Well, I'm trawling for dick on the internet at 5 a.m. I'm not crazy. Maybe you shouldn't be so picky, Gandalf 316. Head back to the Shire, Hobbit lover. It's just hard too, because I'm getting close to 40, and for some reason, men my age, sometimes their dicks don't work. And there is nothing more disappointing than trying to go out for dick and ending up with nachos and chat. And you just go on a date, get fingered like a 13-year-old all night. I'm like, well, sir, I'm sure you're a bass player and we're all real impressed. Where's the dick? Like, it got so bad that I started enjoying dick pics. You know what I mean? Like, I required them. Before, I didn't like a dick pic. It's a lot of pressure, right? Man sends you a picture of his penis and you have to figure out a way to not destroy his ego. I always just pretend to be afraid of it. I'm like, oh no, that'll never fit. Right? It doesn't work so well now that I have a baby. People are like, didn't you have a 10-pound baby? I should probably bring more dicks, if anything, right? That's always been the way I am, and it's weird, because I come out on stage, and I imagine that over the years I've had some very confused one-night stands that picked me up at a comedy show where I was shouting about my vagina. Then they get me home, and I'm like, I've never done this before. Guys, when I was pregnant, I was still touring as a comedian, so I did a lot of medical exams in a lot of different regions and places. Like, there was a lot of people in my lady parts. Like, I probably should have got a guest book for my vagina. I don't even remember everybody that's been in there at this point. And I know a lot of women, they get used to the exams during pregnancy, but I never did. I was completely uncomfortable the whole time, every time a doctor got up in my lady parts. Which is weird because I'm perfectly comfortable with like laborers, musicians, artisans, a chef or two, whatever. I think it's something about bringing last names into the equation that makes me uncomfortable, right? I had some medical exams down here in North Carolina. That was weird for someone who's from New York originally. You guys are a little too polite in a medical environment. I had a nurse kiss me on the head. At one point, I told my doctor about a complaint, and he was like, well, I'll pray on it. Couldn't we just Google it, doctor? That's the South for you, though. I spent part of my pregnancy in Scotland. That was a bad idea. Scotland is a very humid place, and pregnancy is already a very moist time in a woman's life. I had third-degree chub rub on 40% of my thighs. I had kind of a weird medical phenomenon when I was in Scotland, and here's another piece of information for you young bitches if you decide to have kids, right? There is a period during your pregnancy where the child can straighten out their body in such a way that your baby bump completely disappears. It's scary as fuck, okay? Like, I went to the hospital in Scotland with the complaint of a demon stole my baby. What can we help you with, ma'am? A demon stole my baby in the night! That's what I was there for. But I gotta say, they gave me a sonogram, and it turned out really awesome, because during the sonogram, the woman found my son's penis, and she actually jumped back because she was so frightened by the size of it. I cannot describe the pride I felt as a mother, right? I was like, my motherfucking son's not even born yet and he's dick scaring bitches. What? Watch out, world! It's coming for you. As a pothead, guys, the hardest thing about being pregnant for me was that the whole time, I couldn't get high. Just like no matter how much I smoked, nothing happened. It was very expensive. Like I don't usually wear makeup and I have lipstick on and it's doing this thing where it's giving a texture to my lips and I'm like, I feel like I'm tripping and I want to rip my own face off. I'm like, I don't know how women do this on a daily basis. Like, I don't know how women get up in the morning and put a face on and strap some heels on. Like, I'm looking at you, ma'am. You look like there's some complicated things at work here. Like, even just the way your shirt is, I'm like, where's your bra? Did you just duct tape your shit down? Like, what are you doing? You're wearing like a mermaid on your bottom half? Did they wheel you in here? They're like, we just put her in a shopping cart. It's fine. Just put her in the shopping cart. No, she's used to it. She goes side saddle. She's fine. Guys, I'm old for a new mom. I'm 38 years old, which is old to have a baby. And having a baby makes you look even more old because you never fucking sleep. Like, there is no sleeping in my life. And I know from far away I probably look like a sad potato, right? Right? He was like, oh my God, I was trying to put words to it. And yes. But if you get close, it's weird. I have like a highly textured look now, like somewhat like a baby dragon or a golden raisin. It's like I'm dry and yet overly moist at the same time. It's horrendous. A lot of people say that having a baby will ruin your body, but for me, it just justified the stretch marks I already had. Guys, I was a big kid, so I've looked like one of them Sigmund and Roy white tigers with my clothes off since the junior high. I got stripes, y'all. That's why I had the baby. This way, when people make fun of my stretch marks, I can be like, this body brings life. What does yours do, asshole? That's what I do now when men give me a hard time. I'm like, bitch, you ever drink your own milk? Right? Because the truth is, most men have drank their own milk. But they don't want to talk about it in public. Being a parent is a lot of pressure. It really is. You don't want to fuck it up, right? You don't want to screw it up. I ran into a friend from high school a few weeks ago, and he just had a couple of kids himself. And we had a nice chat. And then as we were parting ways, he was like, hey, by the way, be careful when you discipline him, because whatever you do to him now will be his fetish when he's an adult. Well, gross. And I was going to brush it off, but then I realized he's right. My parents used to choke the shit out of me. Think about it, like a whole generation loves to be spanked, right? And then I got real freaked out because I started thinking about these young kids, these millennials, like these two in the front here. You guys didn't even get real punished. You grew up with timeouts. Now that's a messed up fetish, right? I can only come on a tiny chair in the corner. Babe, come to bed and set the timer for 3 minutes. I'm gonna do 3 more jokes and we're gonna fucking call it a night. How's that sound? Because I feel like we're getting tired. Right? I'm about out of milk over here. Fucking, I'm dehydrating. I'm gonna turn into dust any moment. I'm not even gonna walk off the stage. I'm just gonna like curl up and roll off like a tumbleweed. Just blow me off, guys. Yeah, so I have a naturally meaty vagina, is my point. But when you're getting ready to give birth, that thing just puffs up like a pool toy. Right? I swear to God, my vagina looked like 2 BK croissant witches holding hands. They were like, listen, the birth's gonna be kind of painful. I'm like, I don't think it is. I think he's gonna slide right out. I think I could put an adult back up in there right now. I could be a hideout, like you're trying to lay low for a while, give me a call. I got a nice warm spot for you. I'm on the run from the law. Quick, jump in. Oh, you know, when you have a baby, they tell you no intercourse for 6 weeks. And I got to tell you, right up to 5 weeks and 6 days, I was like, I'm never having intercourse again. It was like a Frankenginer. I was like, Lord, what have they done to me? Plus, just the idea of anything, because, you know, before you have a baby, you're like, yeah, beat that pussy, but, you know. And after you have a baby, you're like, it's very tender. Please don't breathe on it. You don't even want to have to go potty. You're like, bring me the spray bottle. Something cooling. Do you have some aloe? And then 6 weeks, I was like, oh, business as usual. Got to make some calls. Guys, when I had this baby, I was in labor for 58 hours. Yeah, no, that's a long labor. That is a long labor. And you know how I got through it? I destroyed a medical student. I did. I'm not the kind of gal that would usually let a med student stay in the room when I'm having like a below the waist exam. But this kid looked so uncomfortable, I was like, oh, Tim stays. Mm-hmm. They're like, we're gonna check your cervix. I'm like, where's Tim? Get him in here. Front row seat, save for Tim. He was so young, I'm pretty sure that mine was his first in-person vagina viewing. And you have to consider, here I am, late 30s, overweight, 10 months pregnant, and I'm a Jew, so my pubes are weird. They grow straight out with like a crick at the end. Nothing's been trimmed. I got like some salt and pepper action. I look like a mangy calico down there. You're like, that poor cat, put it out of its misery. I need that. So when it came time to actually have the baby, I was ready. I wanted the baby out. On the first push, everyone in the delivery room started clapping and cheering. Like a whole round of applause. It was very upsetting. You know, I didn't see it coming. Like the minute I started pushing, they were like, woohoo! So when I was done pushing, I was like, what the fuck was that? They're like, oh, we're encouraging you. I'm like, no. We don't shout at people while they give birth. No. It's not appropriate. We don't clap and cheer during the birth. No clapping and cheering, okay? Second push, room is silent. I look around, I notice Tim in the corner like a folded umbrella. So mid-push, sounding for all the world like Macho Man Randy Savage. I was like, Tim! You should see your face right now, buddy! He jumped 3 feet straight in the air, fell on the floor, everyone burst out laughing. I was like, now clap and cheer, motherfuckers, come on. Okay, you guys, since he's sleeping, I'm not gonna take him off, I'm just gonna keep going, okay? Originally, guys, we were gonna do like a quick change in the middle of the show, except wait, Omar, how crazy does my boob look on camera? Is it fucking everything up? Is it all right? It's not glowing? See, here's the thing, guys, he's gotten bigger lately. He gets bigger, he gets stronger, he sucks all the nutrients out of my body, and then he takes a nap, and then he wakes up 3 pounds heavier. That's how the baby works. And so the plan tonight, because he has grown and become more athletic, was a half hour in, take the baby off, change shirts, and pretend it's a second special, right? Because I thought he was going to be just a menace the whole time. But he's freaking passed out. So I'm like, let's just roll through it. Which means wherever JD is, you're free, but you should totally eat some cake before you go. Okay, so we're just going to keep going. What's next? Okay. We're getting into the actual birth now, guys. See, here's the thing. I have a naturally meaty vagina.